Hello. Thank you for listening to me if you have been. Just to continue, I just wanted to make it very clear that even though I'm speaking of parental alienation, it doesn't mean that I don't think that I have my own flaws. I totally do. It doesn't mean I think I'm perfect and I've never done anything wrong. In fact, I think actually that's a sign of someone who's evil. They don't think they could do it any wrong, or they don't have any sort of accountability for causing anything wrong. I'm not one of those people. I am not perfect. I've made mistakes as a parent, yeah, for sure. But I did want to say that three things. So basically, I am not perfect, but I do think that I was a damn good mom, and still am, because I'm still here and caring about my kids and missing them and wanting to see them and be there for them. I haven't given up on them. I never will. And sorry, I wrote down some notes. The second thing I wanted to say is that I've long recognized and known that the true way out of a situation or resolution to a problem is actually to get to the root of it. If you only deal with surface level information or hearsay or untruths or things that have been fabricated or lied about or just assumptions, if you only ever deal in that stuff, you will never, the problem will stay there and it won't go away. You have to get to the root of the problem. And a lot of people think they get to the root when they actually don't. But ding, 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 it takes communicating, and it takes actual maturity in being able to communicate health in a healthy and civil, respectful, emotionally intelligent way. That's the only way that you can ever resolve a conflict, bring to understanding both sides, and thereby make some new agreements, or, whatever it is, say sorry or whatever it is, to repair and heal the relationship, whatever kind of relationship that might be. But both parties have to be able to be willing to step out of their ego, step out of their, trying to be right all the time, and actually, hear the other person's side, and then recognize, did they do anything to cause some hurt or harm to the whole overall relationship? And that goes both ways, right? So I think it's important for young kids and, young people to learn how to deal with that, especially when there have been other influences in on the situation. And guess what? There has been here. So, in saying that, guess what? Had there been no parental alienation, we wouldn't be at this point right now. It would not have gotten so bad. There wouldn't be a reason to actually have to have some kind of serious discussion or some sort of, involved whatever, like, oh, let's talk about our feelings and let's see, like, what did I do wrong? And like, what did I, let's clear this up. And oh my gosh, it's so traumatic to talk about. And why am I so bad? Like, why are you so upset with me? What did I do wrong? Let me fix it with you. Let me, anything like that, but it's because, the root of the problem of the issue actually goes way back. It actually goes way back. 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even before that, a long time ago, where the kids have actually been weaponized to be used against me to try to hurt me. And their dad was very bitter when I decided to actually leave the relationship. I had tried to leave it several times because it was very, very miserable. It was horrible. But I was called out, I was a bad person for wanting to leave. I was crazy. I was, all this stuff, a bad mom, and I was bad for trying to leave and all this sort of thing. So I did stay for quite some time to try to fix things, to try to help him, encourage him in what he was doing with his work and all this sort of stuff. So it's not for not trying. I definitely did. Anyhow, saying all that, now that this has all happened, it's like, well, the gloves are off. Okay. He swore to me that he was going to destroy me when I, just before he left the family home and got his own apartment, yelling at me. I remember I was standing at the top of the stairs and he was downstairs and it was in front of the kids and screaming at me, "I will destroy you." Cool. Shortly after he had punched a hole in the wall. Yep. Anyhow, I digress. The third thing I wanted to say, so that was all that. So basically, I understand that therapy can, has its place and all that sort of thing. However, I know my kids, and I know that the only way this is ever going to get cleared up and that things are ever going to be repaired between my kids and I is with them realizing the truth of things. I know that my kids have been fed a string of lies and or really negative talk about me. Maybe it wasn't always directly to them. It might have been their dad was talking to someone else about me in front of them. The only way this is ever going to get cleared up in their minds is if they realize the truth of what's happened and how it's happened. And I'm sure that they kind of inherently know, but they still kind of see me through a filter, their dad's filter, basically, that he's kind of like transferred to them to accept about me. Tried to coach them through the hard times, and then, with emotional intelligence and helping them learn how to self-regulate, and then just tried to be there for them as much as I could, as much as I could offer, and do fun stuff together and have a lot of fun. The only way that this is ever going to get cleared up is by the truth coming out. And I can't really communicate with them right now. So, even if it takes years, there might be a paper trail of me trying to clear things up and speak the truth. So that's what I'm doing right now. Because I love my kids. And I miss them terribly. I hope they're having a fun 4th of July right now. Thank you for listening. And as I said, I'm going to keep on, as well as silly stuff and maybe other things and business things. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to keep sharing the good times that we've had and the love that I have for them. Thanks for listening. And just the truth coming out, basically, and looking at how they've been influenced to be steered away from me. I'm going to keep sharing things. I'm going to keep sharing our good times we've had. I'm going to keep sharing things as I realize them. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep educating people on the subject of parental alienation, because it happens a lot, actually, more than is talked about. And I think it's really sad, because it is psychologically abusive to the kids to turn a parent away from them based on you talking about the other parent in front of them or to them, discussing how you feel about the other parent, any of it. It's all not okay. So the only way out is by sharing the truth. I'm not perfect, but I feel like I've really, really I did a good job being there for my kids, but ultimately it was very, very hard to parent in the face of the alienating behaviors of the other alienating parent, basically. Thanks for listening.